Hello everybody, happy Monday and hope all of you having a great day so far. Now this is stimulus check update and stimulus package update. First of all everybody, would you rather receive $1,000 recurring monthly stimulus checks or a one-time $2,000 stimulus payment? Because folks, many lawmakers in Congress right now are debating on how much the American people, like you and I, should receive from the next stimulus package. I will also be covering why some people may face delays in receiving the $300 federal unemployment benefits, and also be going over the latest news surrounding a $200 increase in your Social Security benefits. So folks, just be sure to stay until the end of this video. And if you support a fourth stimulus check, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. That way our politicians in Congress can see that the American people need stimulus checks right now. Now first of all folks, let's go over the unemployment news. There are millions of Americans that are receiving unemployment benefits right now, but around 2 million people could face delays receiving enhanced unemployment insurance, including a $300 federal benefit. Folks, this is really unfortunate as many people depend on unemployment benefits as their main source of income. But everybody just know this, the third stimulus package extends unemployment benefits for millions of American workers who are still dealing with the economic fallout. Before the bill was signed into law, multiple lawmakers debated on how long to extend unemployment benefits and for how much. According to Business Insider, some details of implementing the employment-related measures from the stimulus package have yet to be revealed. Also everybody, around 18 million Americans are still claiming some form of unemployment insurance a year into the crisis, and 1 in every 4 workers relied on unemployment at some point during the crisis. But folks, I will say this, it is great how President Biden and Democratic lawmakers renewed a $300 federal unemployment benefit until September 6th of this year. And that's when PUA and PUEC expires. And there are a couple of states that have indicated that they're prepared to pay out benefits as soon as this week. Now folks, Biden's $1.9 trillion relief package will extend your unemployment benefits until September 6th of this year, for $300 more per week on top of what your state pays. Now everybody, a fourth stimulus check has been suggested by so many lawmakers, but I want to know what you think. Do you support the fourth stimulus check from the IRS? If you do, then leave a comment down below saying, I agree. But I know that many of you are still waiting to receive your stimulus money, either through a direct deposit or an EIP card, and even a paper check. But folks, just know this, lawmakers are currently debating whether Americans should receive $1,000 a month no matter their income level. But folks, do you believe the next round of stimulus checks should be more targeted? Tell me your thoughts down in the comments everybody. Now folks, here's what you have to know about the Social Security benefits. Many of our politicians are saying that the Social Security benefits are unaffordable and that it is hurting the American economy. Now I know that so many of you want answers about the extra $200 boost to your Social Security payments. Now everybody just know this, Joe Biden has advocated for many proposals that would increase Social Security benefits over the course of the next several years. Biden did initially propose an extra $200 a month for all Social Security beneficiaries, but recently Joe Biden hasn't really talked about that. It is sad to see how our politicians have forgotten about our seniors. I personally believe that our politicians in Congress must include an extra $200 a month in the next infrastructure bill for all of you guys that are on Social Security benefits. And if you guys agree, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Thank you for watching everybody. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.
An investment, but I think it'd be an investment worth making. On power production, wind and solar's footprint is getting bigger. There are all kind of new technologies coming on board that are clean in nature. I think natural gas is a bridge fuel. I think natural gas is a lower component. To our friends in the coal world, I met a gentleman a couple of days ago who believes that coal can be transformed, not burned, to create a product that will go into electric vehicles, batteries. So I'm trying to make this, I'm trying to be creative. On the transportation side, nuclear power is a big deal for me. It's clean in its emission, but we have a storage problem of spent fuel, and I think there's ways we can deal with that. On the transportation side, probably the most exciting of all, Mr. Chairman, is that all the major car manufacturers have said that they're going to go to an electric vehicle fleet by 2035, 2040. So I would like to sit down with the chairman and other Democrats to see if we could redesign the highway trust fund. Electric vehicles are not paying into the trust fund. I was told yesterday that the Biden administration opposes an increase in the gas tax. Well, I'm a Republican, but we've increased gas taxes at home in South Carolina because the Highway Trust Fund has a huge deficit. And I know it's a regressive tax, but there's ways maybe we can do rebates. So count me in for accelerating the electrification of the transportation system. You may have hydrogen-fueled vehicles that do not emit CO2. So there's a lot of things going on. And one of the roles that we can play at the federal level is to encourage these developments through research and development. Bill Gates, I've talked to extensively. He thinks that the major thing that the government can do is create some robust funding for R&D and let the private sector sort of flourish. Now, when you say we, I hope you mean India and China, because we, the family of nations here, doesn't do much good for us to do all this if other people don't follow. But to my Republican colleagues, it's just a matter of time until most cars, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but this century for sure, that most vehicles will be running on something other than gasoline. I've talked to the fossil fuel industry. I find them very open to change. They just want to be able to manage that change. It'll be a while before we get away from gas-driven cars, and we're going to need gas as a transportation fuel as possible. Natural gas as a heating source is very, very much with us. So count me in for exploring clean energy, but thinking outside the box what that would include. Algae and nuclear power. So just end with this. I've tried to learn about the problem and realize that what we do here has to be done in a fashion to not destroy our economy in the name of a great cause. Other people have to come on board too. I've tried to be rational about threats. I think climate change is a real threat to our way of life. I think over time, the way we've lived has caused this problem, and we can find a way to live a different way that's good for the environment and would be good for job creation. From a foreign policy point of view, imagine the world where fossil fuels were not so readily available to rogue regimes. Imagine a world where the Iranian Ayatollah couldn't rely on oil production as almost 90% of his income. The Russians. Find it kind of interesting that the foreign policy consequences of moving to a clean energy business footprint would change the geopolitics of the world dramatically. Most of the bad actors out there depend on fossil fuels for their revenue. So that's the side of it that I think we need to talk more about. And finally, threats. My Democratic colleagues are telling me that the planet will cease to exist as we know it in